Welcome! My name is Heather Hoyer, and in this video I'm going to show you how to search for vouchers and determine payment status. When an invoice is entered into CU Marketplace, it becomes a voucher. A payment voucher, also known as a PV, becomes a voucher after approval occurs. In this video, we'll look at 4 different voucher examples. Some of the pages will have links at the bottom that you can use to see a specific example. First, let's look at a voucher that's been paid. If you would like to see a different example, use the links at the bottom of this screen. Begin by accessing CU Marketplace from your campus portal. Then, locate the voucher. In this example, let's search for all vouchers for staples for a specific speed type. We'll use the document search for this. To locate the document search, use your side navigation bar and go to Orders and Documents, Document Search, Search Documents. If needed, click the Advanced link. Use the Search dropdown to search by invoice/voucher and enter the search criteria. In this example, we'll enter Staples as the supplier to locate only vouchers for staples. We'll also enter a speed type to further narrow our search results. A list of results will appear. This list can be further refined using the filters on the left side of our screen. Let's use the Date Range filter to only see vouchers entered within the last 60 days. Select the voucher from the resulting list. A voucher's payment status is located within the Payment Status Information section. This voucher has a pay status of paid. Because it's been paid, the payment date and check number also appear in this section. Want to see where the payment was mailed? That appears within the Addresses section. Next, let's look at a voucher that's in payable status. Or, if you would like to see a different example, use the links at the bottom of this screen. This time, let's locate the voucher using the Quick Search. The Quick Search is great when you know the specific voucher number or PO number. To use the Quick Search, we'll click the magnifying glass located in the upper right corner of our screen. In this example, let's search by PO number. We'll make sure the drop-down selection is All, enter the PO number, and click the Search button, which is another magnifying glass. All documents associated with this PO number will appear, so let's select the voucher we're looking for. For this voucher, the pay status, which is located within the Payment Status Information section, is payable. Payable means the voucher is ready to pay, and it's just waiting for the due date to arrive. The due date appears within the General section and is based on the invoice's payment terms and the invoice's date, not the date the voucher was entered. So, for example, an invoice in payable status with payment terms of net 30 will pay 30 days after the date of the invoice, no matter when the voucher was entered into CU Marketplace. Next, let's look at a voucher with a match exception. Or, if you would like to see a different example, use the links at the bottom of the screen. A match exception frequently occurs when receiving is required but hasn't been entered, or when the invoice's quantity or amount is greater than that on the PO or SPO. In this example, let's use the document search to find all of the department's vouchers that currently have a match exception. To locate the document search, we'll use our side navigation bar and go to Orders and Documents, Document Search, Search Documents. Use the Search dropdown to search by invoice/voucher and enter the search criteria. First, we'll search for and select the department. Vouchers with a match exception have a payment status of in process, so we'll also check that box. A list of results will appear. Let's use the Current Workflow Step filter on the left side of our screen to only see vouchers with a match exception. Select the voucher from the resulting list. This voucher's workflow status, which is located within the General section, alerts us that there is at least one match exception. Let's go to the Matching tab to see what the match exception is. Each PO line that's invoiced on this voucher will have a matching summary. The matching summary will highlight why the match exception occurred. In this example, the received column has highlighted areas, indicating receiving has not been entered for this line of the PO. The matching exceptions section to the left of the matching summary also explains why the match exception occurred. If additional invoices or credits have been entered against this PO line, they will be listed under the matching summary. Remember, each PO line on this voucher has its own matching summary, and there may be multiple match exceptions for a single line or voucher. Once each of the voucher's match exceptions is resolved, the individual with the Invoice Match Exception Approver role should approve this voucher. Finally, let's look at an SPO voucher that's pending approval. Or, if you would like to see a different example, use the links at the bottom of the screen. Each SPO voucher requires approval to pay, no matter the amount of the voucher. In this example, let's use the document search to find all of the SPO vouchers that are allocated to a specific speed type and pending approval. To locate the document search, we'll use our side navigation bar and go to Orders and Documents, Document Search, Search Documents. Use the Search drop-down to search by invoice/voucher and enter the search criteria. SPO vouchers that are pending approval have a payment status of in process, so let's check that box. We'll also enter the speed type to further narrow our search results. A list of results will appear. If need be, use the Current Workflow Step filter on the left side of your screen to only see vouchers pending SPO voucher approval. Sometimes SPO vouchers have a match exception. If that happens, the voucher will be in the Match Exceptions workflow step until the match exception is resolved. Select the voucher from the list. This voucher's workflow status, which is located within the General section, alerts us that the voucher is waiting for approval. Let's go to the Approvals tab to see who can approve this voucher. Within the SPO voucher approval step is a View Approvers link. Clicking that link will display a list of approvers for this voucher. Approval is needed for each speed type, which in some cases can be performed by the same individual. We have successfully searched for vouchers using the Quick Search and Document Search, as well as determined the payment status of several vouchers. Additional resources for this topic and others are available by clicking the View Resources button. Or you can watch this video again by clicking the link at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching!